everyone.
Welcome to Spectrum Art.
Welcome to Spectrum Art. Yes, it is Maddie and
Madison to Spectrum Art.
yes, we are back and we are going to be doing something really
Welcome to
cool.
sorry.
It's okay.
Welcome to our channel.
Yes, welcome
Please
to our channel.
subscribe.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and share if you find the video useful, right? Because that's what keeps us going, is you guys actually coming back and you guys trying all these things and giving us some feedback and sharing with your friends, right? So let's go ahead and get right into it, because we are continuing our envelope series, right? Or envelope series, in which we're actually have been working with a box, just to refresh your memory, of legal size envelopes that we actually found in my office. And yeah, there's like probably close to 60 or 100 of these and in that box, and we had them for, this was probably before Madison was even born. I purchased this box, so that's how old they are. But today we're going to continue and we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to be making, I don't even know what to call it, a multi-pocket and flip out, or with flip out envelope pocket thing. There you go. Oh my gosh, that is so horrible. I guess I'll try and think of a name before I actually post this, because I have to put something right on that on the header. Anyway, it's gonna have it all. It's gonna have multiple pockets, it's gonna have a flip out, and it's gonna be compact and easy enough for you to go ahead and insert into your journals, send it to friends as happy mail, give it away as an alternative to a letter and a gift card, all in one. It's gonna be really neat. Okay, so let's get right into it, because I'm super excited. Can you tell? I'm all hyped up. Okay, very simple stuff. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give you the materials first so that if you guys want to craft along, you can. We're gonna need one legal size envelope. Just a plain one. You're gonna need some glue, just some white glue. So, Elmer's glue, crafting glue, kids glue, whatever you want to call it, will suffice, because we're going to do paper on paper. You're going to need scissors, good old scissors. You're going to need a brad. Any brad will do. This just happens to be a really cutie patootie. Oh, let me bring up that light. This is the way it actually came, and it's got like this etched border around it with a jewel on top. But you could use any brad, and technically you could even make one of these. They sell the brads at the dollar store, and they sell the jewels at the dollar store, so you can just glue a jewel onto a brad and bling it out some, right? But that's the one we're going to be using. You're going to need 2 small circles. I happen to have this punch. It's from EK Success. It's only 3/4 of an inch, so it's kind of a small one. If you do not have a punch, not a big deal. Freehand cut 2 circles, or trace something, right? You can trace like the cap of a bottle or something, and just make yourself 2 little circles. So that's what we're going to be punching out. We're going to need some twine, about 36 inches will suffice. And or of course, if you have something else that you want to use to wrap it around, again, don't go buy anything, but they also sell twine at the dollar store, just saying. And you're gonna need a piece of a cereal box. So get yourself some cereal box, pasta box, whatever it is kind of box that you have. Let's go ahead and recycle. While I'm on that subject, because you guys know me, I don't buy the craft paper, what's it called? What's it called, Madison?
What?
The thicker paper, the
Cardstock.
thicker than cardstock. You guys know what I'm talking about. I can't think this morning. But anyway, I don't buy it. I actually go ahead and recycle our cereal boxes, because guess what? They're going to go to a landfill, and I'd rather make some pretty art and reuse. And it works just as well. Same thing I was going to say, if you don't want to go to the dollar store, because they sell, I think it's 12 envelopes for $1. If you don't want to do that, go ahead and just recycle a mailer, right? We all get plenty of junk mail. You can just recycle one of those. So no need to even go out and buy that. And then finally, you're going to need some kind of a paper collection or paper to decorate, right? So decorative paper. If you have wallpaper, use it. If you have make your own paper, use that. magazines use that, book pages use that. I'm going to show you the first one we did so you guys get an idea as to what we're going to be making. Let me move these to the side. And we're going to do this video a little bit different because it would be like a 1 hour video if I wanted to walk you through all of it, and I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is, in some parts, maybe speed it up, but mostly I'm going to explain to you first what we're going to be doing, and then I'm going to speed it up. So when you're watching the sped up process, you're actually going, oh, okay, I know what she's doing. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see how it works. Give us some feedback. Did it work? Did it actually make sense? I hope so. If not, we always try and keep our videos to 15-30 minutes, because I know that I got stuff to do, and I know you guys do as well. We all do. So I try to always think of what I would want, and then that's what I put out there. But again, you guys might think differently. If you'd rather sit there and craft along with us for an hour, we can do that too. You guys let us know, because you know what? It's your channel too, right? Okay, so speaking of paper, let me go ahead and first show you what we're going to be making. We started this one. It's not finished, but we started this one. This is what we're going to be making today. It is actually, like I said, going to be a multi-pocket and flip out tucks and all kinds of stuff in there type of a book. For this one, by the way, we use the Princess Graphic 45 collection, which Madison had been dying to get into, and since we had it out because we were going to make ATCs, I said, you know what, let's just go ahead and use that. And it is so cute. I'm so glad she did pick that one. So this is what it looks like. This is the back. In the back, it's not finished, like I said. It's not fully decorated, but we did actually do a border, and we did a beautiful journaling card and left that as a pocket. So there's that first one. Of course, we need to do some more to the front, and we added some lace and a nice trim, a nice border from the collection. Then it opens up this way, okay? When it opens up this way, right away, you're gonna have two pockets that you're going to see. So this is a pocket right here, and this is a pocket right here. All right, in this pocket we have actually inserted a small journaling card. Oh, there's that. And I left the backs blank because I figured they could be for picture mounts. And here's another one, right? And again, remember, this is all with just one envelope, so yeah, you can fit a whole lot. On the bottom we did a pocket, and we inserted part of the collection which we're planning to go ahead and use, so some really cute cards. And oh, by the way, oh, is it upside down? Yes, it is. Look at how cute my Band-Aid is. Madison picked it out for me. It's not Snoopy, it's the girl from what's the name of the movie? Yeah, Inside Out. Thank you. That's the one that's always blue and crying. I love that movie. I cry every time I watch it, by the way. Confession time.
You should have with it
What's that, babe?
popcorn.
Yeah. So we've got our 2 pockets. Then we're going to have these 2 flip outs. And here I have some more journaling cards that I've actually put in there because I have to decide where I want to put these, to decorate. Whether I'm going to go ahead and use those there, maybe here on the inside, or possibly just leave all of this here as a journaling and then maybe do pictures here. I don't know yet. See, possibilities are endless, right, guys? But then the third pocket is hidden here in the back. And that's a nice big one, huh? So all of that fits into just one small envelope. So that's what we're going to be making today, with just some basic, simple things that you already have. Easy enough? I think so. So let's go ahead and go over what we're going to be doing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is for Madison's, she wants to go ahead and for the next one, she wants to do, of course, Peter Rabbit, right? Because we're still continuing on also on working on her Peter Rabbit journal, which is coming along very well. So we have here part of the collection of the paper that she's been using. So we have all those bits and pieces. We have also all of these book pages still left. Some more paper. Actually, this should go here. But anywho, she's got more of the book pages in there. So we're going to be utilizing that to go ahead and create the next one. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what we're going to do with the base. How are we going to get to create the base for this, right? The way that we're going to do that is we're going to go ahead and fold this, okay, into 3 parts. The first part, and again, I don't have any like specific measurements. You guys just kind of eyeball it. I think that I just kind of go between like 1.5 inches to 2 inches at the top. And so I'm folding that down. Got that? Simple as that. No scoring, no measuring, no nothing. If you want to score, if you want to measure, by all means. I'll tell you this one right now is a little bit over 1.5, almost 1 3/4. See? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip that back up, and we're going to use that line right there as our guide. We're going to bring our bottom up, but we're not going to go all the way up to that line, guys. We're going to stop about maybe 1/2 inch from that line right there where we bent the top, and we're going to fold again. Okay, so it looks like that. And that's going to give us the folds for our base. All right. Once we have done that, we're going to go ahead and snip. So we're going to need our scissors. Actually, I'm going to grab my smaller ones because I think it's easier to see in camera. We are going to snip the top flap. Okay, so let's open this up and see. We don't need to measure anything because our lines are going to go ahead and give us the exact measurement of where it is that we need to go ahead and cut. We're going to cut there and there. Okay, so we're going to make that into 3 flaps. Next, to prevent any kind of rubbing, you know, between the two when we fold, we are going to go ahead and cut a little tiny sliver on each of these. And it's as small as that, guys. Can you see that? That's all. We're going to do that to this piece as well. So 1, 2, 3, don't be stubborn, 3, and 4. And that just makes the folding a lot easier. When it goes to when you go to fold, it doesn't actually rub up and actually start bending for you. Okay, after we had trimmed the sliver off all the flaps, okay, so that they can close and fold very easily, we're going to go ahead and decide whether we want to go ahead and on this flap, let me show you again. Let me open this one back up. On these, I gave it the shape of a flap, like an envelope. So in other words, I did this exact same thing on this side. You can decide. If you don't mind it to be straight, leave it like that. You know what? We might try this one straight just to see how it actually looks. You know what? I just noticed this is rubbing a bit. I'm going to take off a smidgen more. Okay. So that's optional. Again, if you want to do that, I'll give you a trick for that. It's very, very simple. I actually use another one. Let me get another envelope. I simply grab another one and I do this. I put the flap on this side and I either trace or just cut around it. And then that way I know I have a matching end. And then I do the same thing on this side. I bring the flap, I put one on top of the other, and then I just cut right there. Okay, so that's a way to make sure that it actually stays exactly the same. Hang on one second. Oops. I just stepped on a baby Brad. Ouch. Okay. Anywho, okay, so you guys decide if you want to go ahead and do that. That's great. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and actually cut this top part right here. So let me go ahead and actually name these so that we know what we're talking about. It makes it easier to refer to. We're going to have a top, a middle, and a bottom. So we're going to cut between the top, which is a skinny one, and the middle one. And again, using that that line as your guideline, right? Makes it super easy. No measuring, no needing to worry. You can keep it pretty straight if you just follow that. And there you go. There's that, right? So that's open now. That's going to create this pocket right here. Okay. Once we have done that, we're going to have to start thinking ahead as to how we're going to go ahead and get this brad in here. Because that brad is, let me see if I can take these out and show you guys. That brad is in there, okay? But if you guys can see, I hope you can, it's been covered, because otherwise things would stick on those prongs, right? Every single time you would insert something in here, it would get caught on those prongs, and that wouldn't work at all. So in order to prevent that, we're gonna go ahead and insert our brad before we actually close any of this up while it's open like this, because it's so easy to work with this way. The catch to that is that you have to know what you're gonna be putting here on the front, because we're gonna have to go ahead and do that front first. We have to decorate it so that then we can go ahead and put in our brad, okay, mount. All right, so let's go ahead and first of all, let's create our circles. To create our circles, you guys remember I said you're gonna punch out 2 little circles, these right here. You're gonna go ahead and punch out 2 of these, and again, this is just from the cereal box, see? And then you're gonna glue those 2 back to back, okay, back to back, to make it thick. So it's gonna look like this. It almost turns into chipboard. See, that's our cereal box right there. 2 circles, and they've been glued together. Then you're gonna go ahead and pick, if you'd like, a cute paper, maybe a design or something that you'd like, using the exact same measurement. You're gonna go ahead and cut a 3rd circle of your decorative paper, and you're gonna go ahead and glue it on top. The bottom will not matter because you won't see that at all. Then using, oh, and I should have told you, I'm sorry, you do need an awl. And it's just a pokey, sharp tool, okay, if you're not familiar with it. It looks like this. This one is one type, this one's mine. Let me show you Madison's. This one is Madison's, which has got a bigger handle. It makes it easier to push down on, that sort of thing, or to, you know, maneuver and poke through stuff. So either or. If you do not have one of these, no worries. Hammer and nail, right? That's all you need, is something to go ahead and be able to poke a hole through that. So you can just go ahead and grab your cutting board, grab a nail, grab your hammer, and there you go. All right, once we have put that hole right in the middle, we're gonna go ahead and go back and, oh, what did I do with my brad? I've lost my pretty brad. What did I do with it? Ay, ay, ay. The nature of filming, right? You get all discombobulated, you shove stuff to the side, and then you can't find anything. My brad is gone, guys. Well, you will forgive me. I will find it, I'm sure, shortly. If not, I'll just go get another one. But long story short, oh, let's use that baby brad. It won't, I mean, it's just for show. It won't actually work. But you're just gonna take your brad and you're gonna poke it through like that, right? All right. Now again, this is where I'm gonna explain to you what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna speed up. We're gonna go ahead and glue our paper here in the front. Then we're gonna go ahead and stick our brad in. Then we're gonna go ahead and flatten out the prongs, right, so that they're flat. Then we're gonna take a piece of paper. It doesn't matter whether you wanna punch a circle, whether you just wanna cut a piece of paper, whatever it is you wanna do, and you wanna cover those prongs. And you wanna make sure that that paper is well adhered on all ends, because again, you don't want anything catching when you go in to slide your cards in there, right? So make sure it's well glued down. Once that is done, we're gonna go ahead and glue here, right down the middle. That's gonna close off this pocket. Then we're gonna glue here. That's gonna close off this pocket. And we're gonna leave this open, but we're gonna go ahead and close and glue this flap, okay? Got that? So it's gonna be pocket going this way, pocket going this way, and pocket going this way. And then we're gonna go ahead and get to decorating. It's as simple as that. One other tip, which you'll probably see me do in the video, and Madison can decide whether we want to go ahead and cut down. Let me show you. On this one, we went ahead and cut both sides and then cut across. So we did one of these on this piece, okay, to create that shorter end right here. If you want, you can use a round punch, or again, just trace, the bottom of a cup or something and do a half semicircle, and that will work as well. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Sorry, I had a timer. Okay, so you know, you could go ahead and do that, and that just makes it easier to get a hold of whatever tag you're inserting in here, right? And it also looks nice because you can see some of the top of that. Okay, so I think that's pretty much what you're going to go ahead and see me do. I'm actually going to go ahead and stop right here because I have to go get laundry. That's what the timer was for. And yes, of course, you know, duties call. It's not just all about crafting. I know you all feel me. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. And when I come back, you guys are going to go ahead and, you know, walk with us as we actually do everything that we just mentioned, from gluing to, you know, adding the bread on, to ensuring that the prongs are covered on the inside, and all that fun decorating. But that is the idea of what we're going to go ahead and build and what you're going to see next, okay? If you have any questions, and again, if you have any feedback, feel free to go ahead and leave it down below. But stay tuned till the end, because I'm going to have some tidbits that I might have forgotten, and then some pointers. Oh yes, of course, and we're going to show yours. And I was going to say one other thing. Oh, and do let us know, please, please, how you like this type of process. But above all, feel free to go ahead and pause, gather your supplies, you know, then as you're watching the video, because it's going to be sped up, you can go ahead and pause again, rewind it, whatever it is that you need to go ahead and do. But it'll be quite simple, I promise you guys. Well, this will be take 2. Because guess what? Life happens, right? After I had actually did the whole video, Madison had done all her stuff, I realized that we had actually shot the wrong way. The video was actually long ways. So it was a very small, narrow window, which you could barely see what we were doing. So, but you know what? There's no such thing as mistakes, there's only opportunities, right? So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and make another one. I've already made the base, so we're going to pick up right where we stopped. Yep. And the other thing that I wanted to point out is that we decided to go ahead and use a little bit of a different collection. So I'll show you what we came up with. And again, it's a happy mistake, right? A happy accident, because we remember that we had this really, really cute one. It's by Bo Bunny, and it actually even includes the brads. So I've gone through and I've actually distressed and cut our pieces. And again, you're just gonna cut your pieces to fit whatever size your envelope folds are gonna be. And the other thing that I went ahead and did, which I had not shown you guys before, was the flip. So see, it was a good thing that it actually happened, because I forgot to show you how we actually make those. To make those, we've actually taken the paper. In this case, if it's double-sided, you don't need to. In this case, it actually lent an opportunity to go ahead and make some pockets. So that's exactly what we did. We have some pockets in here by actually gluing 2 of our single-sided papers. And all that you'll do is you'll cut it slightly narrow, narrower than, you know, your piece, and then also a little bit shorter. I like to do it that way because I like to see them kind of staggered. And you're going to give it about a 1/2 inch extra length, because that's what's actually going to grab on the back. That's where we're going to go ahead and adhere those flaps for them to open. Okay, so that's all that I've done. Just wanted to catch you up on where I'm at, and I am going to go ahead and speed up the video, and then I'll stop along as I see that I need to give you any kind of a pointer. Before I actually insert the brad, I'm going to go ahead and wrap my twine around it a couple of times. And the reason for that is because that's going to give me the proper spacing for when I go to wrap my twine around. So we'll have some, so if you notice I wrapped the twine a few times, and I'm going to go ahead and push in my brad. Now using my circle punch, I'm going to go ahead and punch out a circle just from a piece of scrap. And we're going to go ahead and adhere that, just like we've spoken about, in here to hide and cover those prongs so that it actually prevents anything from actually snagging once you put it in that pocket. Now this is the point where you could choose to either snip both sides down and cut straight across, or you can go ahead and insert a punch, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do. One other thing I wanted to point out is, before we actually go on to the next step, where we're going to go ahead and now glue down all the other covers, if you wanted to use magnets, this is the time to go ahead and adhere your magnet on your base and also on your flaps prior to actually gluing down those nice, decorative covers. So wanted to remind you of that in case that's something that you wanted to go ahead and do at this point in time. But let's continue on. Okay, it is now time to go ahead and glue down our flaps. We have to do that before we put on our back cover, right? Our back panel. So you just decide which way it is that you want them to open. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and mimic the idea that Madison came up with for her Peter Rabbit one, which I'll show you guys after this as well, completed. But they actually open like doors, which I thought was so cute. So we're gonna go ahead and again, if you're doing pockets, make sure your pockets are facing up, right? Which they should, because when you glued them down together, you know, that's where you decided which way they're going to be facing. So we'll come down this way and make sure that it actually closes. And if it does, then you're ready to go ahead and glue it down. Okay, and our back is on. Now it's time to go ahead and grab all those little bits left, as well as all your ephemera, and go ahead and play with it, right? Add your twine, your charms, your embellishments, your pockets. And we have 3 that are almost 100% completed, right? You guys remember the first one, of course. I don't think I need to re-show that one, but let's just recap. That one opens this way. It's got its pockets, its ephemera, some little tucks in there, and this one only had one side flap.
Not the ones.
And there's that one. Yes, it's really pretty, that paper line with a pocket in the back. This is the one that we just went ahead and finished just now. I've left extra length,
String.
yes, extra string on both sides because, again, we haven't decided if we're going to do a charm, some beads, right? Any of that. Right. The same thing with, you know, decorating all of that here. In the back as well, I didn't create any pockets, but I have saved all the tiny bits as well as the ephemera that I think would go really well in here. So we can go ahead and definitely do that on one of these days when we're just kind of sitting there with some downtime, maybe even just traveling. This would be a great project to take along and just, you know, a bottle of glue and make pockets and tucks and, you know.
And tags.
Exactly, yes. And it does come with banners and tags, but, and this one's got that double flap design that Madison designed. So this one is also almost completed. I love that brad. Don't you guys, let me see if I can bring in the light. Don't you guys just love that brad? It's a peacock. Isn't that gorgeous? That paper line is just fabulous. Okay, and then we have Madison's here. Finally, almost completed 100%. She's still thinking about some other stuff that she wants to do. But let's talk about it, Madison. So what you do here in the front?
The fabric.
You did, yeah, oh, you mean here at the top?
Yeah.
Yes, the dangly lace. And what else did you do at the top?
Jewels.
You did some beautiful green jewels, one in each of the centers of the flowers, and then a trim up at the top. And tell me, yeah, I was just gonna ask you, tell me.
For the door.
Right. So this looks like what? What was your plan? What did you say?
Roof.
It does. It looks like the roof of the house, she says. And these look like vines or, you know, branches or something that are just dangling off of that roof. Because here's the door and here's Mama Rabbit, right? Getting Peter Rabbit in his little jacket. And okay, so let's talk about here. What you do here?
I put fabric.
Yes, use some of that Peter Rabbit fabric. And then what else in the front?
Ephemera in the...
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's look at the back. What you do in the back?
Oh, yeah.
What you do here?
3 pockets.
3 pockets. You did 1, 2, and 3. Very cool. Love it. And that's where we hide those, the flaps, right? Which actually hold our centerpiece. So let's go ahead. Oops, sorry, I kind of didn't bend that. I bent that one in a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at here. So what's up here?
A word.
It says Peter Rabbit, and then in here you've got your little
Tag.
your little tag, or your little yeah, journal piece.
Yeah.
And then here in the center you've got what? Your flip outs, right?
Yep.
In the center you have
Tag.
a nice big, yes, journaling tag. And the same thing on either side, right? Because you make pockets out of both of these.
Belly band.
And on this side you did a belly band. And what you stick in there?
Goodies.
Lots of goodies, lots of yummies, little ephemera in there. Again, just to kind of decide whether we want to go ahead and do some more to this. On this side you have your tickets, and then some washi down here. What is this right here?
Ephemera.
Ephemera. And what is it also?
Peter Rabbit.
And what is it also? What is that called? A tuck?
Tuck spot.
It is a tuck spot. Yep, it sure is. That was a really cute idea. And then of course in here we have our other
Tag.
journaling, yes, card. So all of that squeezed into one envelope, right? So this turned out really adorable, Madison, and I love how you used a fabric too. See, I got to get better at using fabric, right? Yes, I do.
It's from our friends, the teachers.
That's right. So there you go. We have 3. I hope these have given you ideas. Again, that is just the beginning, because you
more.
can add, more pockets, tuck spots, corners, pictures,
Belly
photo
bands.
mounts, belly bands galore. You guys can take it to the whole, to the next level, right? We hope you guys will try it. We hope you have enjoyed it.
Oh, tell us which one you like better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want them to vote? Which one do you guys like? Do you like the Graphic 45 Princess Collection? Do you like the Peacock or the Peter Rabbit? I have a feeling I know. I know, because I know which one's my favorite, but I'm not going to say. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you'll come back soon. Please don't forget to share it with your friends and in your groups, right, if you found this useful. And we will see you guys later. Bye. Blessings.
Blessings.